Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, and we're here. We're doing all the videos and stuff. I had some technical difficulties yesterday, so wasn't able to get on here. But I'm glad I'm back today, and I'm excited to work on some stuff. Good morning, Kevin Evans. Good morning, Select the Gang, and for all of the other folks that are watching online right now on all the different services. We've got a bunch of people on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. So thank you guys all for being here. We're getting close. We're really close to finishing up this big trivia game for Alexa. And it's important to note that as we talk about building this, good morning, Joel. As we continue building this and we think about working on it, one of the things that's really important to remember about building good voice experiences is that you're never really done. So as I think about how this game works, I've got 400 or 500 questions in my database right now, but across 20 categories, that's only on average maybe 15 questions or so. So I'd like to get this at least up to like 100 questions per category, which is like 2,000. Now I have access to more questions. I just haven't put them in my database. But we've got some work to do. That's not stuff I'm going to do here on stream where we just sit here and kind of slog through entering questions into a database. But one of the things that I would like to do is focus on how we can get this thing ready for beta testing. Because I know a bunch of you asked me here on the stream and in side conversations, hey man, when can I try it? When can I use it? And so I think my goal this week is to get us to that point. So one of the things that I thought I'd work on today is kind of our metadata, all of the stuff that goes into getting a skill ready for beta. And And then I want to touch on a few of the places inside the skill that we haven't spent a lot of time. One example of that is help. Our help system is not anything yet. And then we also have some other little things that we need to come back to, like getting Brian's voice back into the game. Right now, we've been leaning on Alexa, but we want to bring Brian's voice back in. We want to be able to make sure that our repeat intent and a lot of the other little dynamic things that are in there are working. And so it's going to be a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of reworking, but that's where we're going to spend our time this week, I think. And so, like I said, I'm glad you guys are all here. I'm glad you're all here and tuned in. And I think the goal for today is just to kind of get right into it. Good morning, Zach, man. Let's see if we can get your music. Maybe.
Developers.
There it is. So good morning to Zach, man. Kevin Evans, how do we not have walk-on music for you yet? We got to make that happen. If you're watching on Twitch, I can assign you very specific. Just getting a little echo. I can assign you like a walk-on sound, like Zachman just had there with the Steve Ballmer developers. So if you guys would like one of those, let me know. We can definitely hook that up. But for now, we're just going to jump over to this. This is my developer console. And one of the things that I wanted to do is make sure that everything's working. So I'm trying to get this skill published and working on its own in its Lambda function and all the other technical server stuff behind the scenes. And I'm having some issues with that. We're not going to worry about it today. It still works fine if I run it locally off my machine, which I'm doing here inside VS Code. But I do want a couple of key things. The first is I'm going to go in, and we should probably make a list of these things. So inside GitHub, we have an issue list, and I still have a lot of things on here, but all the APLs has come together quite nicely. We have some other achievements we want to add, but I need to come in. Sometimes when injecting Brian's voice, we get an error because the SSML node is missing. So that's the first one that I want to look at, and that lives inside. Kevin, it's not slacking, man. If you don't want it or just haven't had the time, no worries. It's just a fun thing we can do if we want to do it. So no shame whatsoever. I want to do this in my interceptors. So I have a request response interceptor. Yeah, it's this piece here. So I'm going to turn these back on. We're going to see if we can get Brian's voice back to running. So let's see what we get. I think the only time it breaks is really when we have an error, which that's fine because it was already broken. So hopefully we will avoid that situation entirely. But if I come in here and I say open Jeff's trivia game, let's see what we get.
This is TKO Trivia. A trivia game with 20 different categories that will knock you out.
Achievement.
Achievement unlocked. Welcome back. This is the second time you've played TKO Trivia. What should we do next? You can say give me a random question, or start today's game.
All right, so we're into the game. Now, one of the things that does not do anything at all is if I say help.
This is the help intent.
That's not very helpful. So let's start there. Let's think about what our help content should be. And I think we don't even have that extracted yet. So if I come into here and we look at our help intent, this is the only static content I have in the entire skill. So we really need to think about how do we offer help to our user? Now there's contextual help, and that's something that we'll dig into here in a little bit. But initially, we just want something more helpful than this is the help intent. So we're going to have to be able to create some content for that. And the way that we do that, if we look at almost any other bit of our application, is that we make a call like this, data.getRandomSpeech, and we tell it what kind of speech that we want. So let's not use that one. Let's see if we have a simpler one. Repeat intent. No. Stop intent. This is the one that I want. So we'll just take this. So into our help intent, wherever that went. Closed it for me. That's very helpful. And our speak output is going to be a speech type called help. Now, I have to go create that speech type. So we have two places that we need to do that. One is here. So we'll put it right here, const help. This is just a collection of static strings that lets us make sure we're not making mistakes. This is kind of a safeguard for us. And then in our actual database, we have all of our speech content here, lots and lots of it. And I'm going to just put a new one in here called help. So ENUS, we'll have to say something helpful. So when I think about what my help looks like from a generic perspective, where I don't have any context, I think what I want to do is just give them a couple of things that they can try. Process exited with code 1. That's absolutely right. Why did that break? Did I break something? Help intent line 3. Oh, because I'm doing that. Catch select. So it should work now. What's going on? Wonder what that is. No debugger available. That's weird. That's weird. All right, let's just open VS Code again and see if that solves our problem. Sometimes that's all you need to do is stop and restart some software. And no. Well, that's going to make this a lot trickier. No debugger available, cannot send variables. This feels like boy. Okay, so let's close all of our software. And let's choose open local skill. And we'll go into GitHub and we'll choose TKO Trivia. And I've got my skill here with all of my code. Oh, Chris is here. Good morning. I love when I'm just surprised by music. So this is all right. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, this has been working the whole time, and I don't really know how do I... No debugger available, cannot send variables. Are you saying that... What is that? Yeah, a little startled. What does that mean? No debugger available. Can I copy that? Let's go see what the internet thinks about that one. Not something. Okay. No debugger available. So you're saying that my launch.json doesn't exist. Okay, we can work on that. I have one of those somewhere. I thought. So there's a way in here somewhere. The thing is I created this file. Intent.js line 3 doesn't seem, I don't even know what that file is. Where do you see, I see help intent, line 3. We can go look in that file, but this feels bigger. Handlers, help. Oh, you know what? It is something dumb. It is something dumb. All right, let's see if that solves our problem. That was dumb. I even told myself as I was bringing that line over, like, don't forget to bring in the dependencies. And then I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Still an issue, though. Help intent line 6. It really doesn't like that line. It really doesn't like that line. Why? Did I thought that I did. If I come into data and look at speech types, I added, oh, I see. This is the issue. Okay. Now can I debug, please? I was about to rip a bunch of stuff out, so no, still no. Still no. There we go. Deep breaths. Okay, we got it. So back to our content, we needed to write something useful for help. So part of me wants to just steal some of the things that I write for like the introduction. So we have, was it welcome? No, that's just the intro. Already purchased, do not own. Quiz intro, no. Goodbye, no. It's kind of like first welcome. We also haven't really built the new daily game. I kind of just want to get this out there, and then we can, like, adding a new daily game of questions will be pretty inconsequential. But I should probably say that. Let's see, correct answer, category intro. I just want to give them some basic things that they can try. So let's come down here to this and say, this game is pretty simple. Here's some things you can try. Try saying, give me a random question. Give me a random question. Start the game. What are the categories? Our it's a good opportunity to put our subscription in there. Okay, so let's do that. We have like a help message. We'll write variations on that too. And then we also want to have an action query. Always useful to have one of those. Here, and it goes having a good day today, man. So we just have to put these in here. Help, action query. So, okay. So that should give us our help message with a little action query tacked onto the end. And it was already all rigged up and working. We just changed the kind of content we're going to get. So if we say help now, we should get that help message.
Here's some things you can try saying. Give me a random question. Start a new game. What are the categories? Get the subscription. What would you like to do now? You can start today's game, or ask for a trivia question.
That's kind of a lot. I think maybe I'm going to have a unique ending for this that doesn't bring in the because the action queries often recommend something you can try. I'll leave the structure here. Let's bring action query back. Just get rid of it. We'll just say the action query is going to be what would you like to do? Like that. Let's come back here. Okay. Let's try that. So I'll just always say, what would you like to do? What would you like to do? Help.
Here's some things you can try saying. Give me a random question. Start a new game. What are the categories? Get the subscription. What would you like to do?
Okay, so that's our generic help. Very basic, boring help message. Now, we don't really want this to be the only way that this works, because there's going to be times where contextually we know exactly what the user's doing. They're in the middle of a game, or maybe they're trying to get a sports question. Like there's different things like that that can play with. So if I look at this, I want to be able to. I didn't even have help content in here yet. I'm going to add this as a new issue, just so we have our list. How did you add those commands into your Alexa simulator? You're asking about this. So Jovo makes a bunch of cool tools, and I'll post this just in Twitch. But there is a link to that. But this is just a little Chrome plugin that manages all of that for you. So it's not an Amazon thing. It's not built into the console at all. But the thing you're asking about is all of these commands that are here. And all I do when I have a command is I can come in, if I try something new, let's try like give me music question. I type that in, you'll see that I get maybe.
This is an excellent music question.
So we'll let it go through the question.
What 1968 Marvin Gaye song enjoyed a second wave of success in 1986, when it was used in a commercial for California raisins?
So what you can see here is that I have a plus sign and a replay. And so this this plus sign adds it to the list up there. So if I click on it like this, it just adds it to the list. And then of course I can delete them. But by clicking on any of these, it'll just send that command in without me having to retype.
What is your answer?
I wonder how short an answer I can give on this. What if I just say grapevine?
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
Sorry, what? got an error. What was the error? Cannot read property SSML of undefined. Why do we get this error occasionally? I just don't understand why sometimes it thinks there's not SSML when there clearly is. Like if I send this back, you can see that somewhere in here there is version, session, application, attributes. Skill request message. This is where it comes in. Copy this one. Let's take this whole thing. I really need to get to the bottom of whatever this issue is because it doesn't make any sense to me. Find SSML. This doesn't exist in there? For real? How? Hey Zella, good morning. It's because it's serialized. I see that. But I don't know that this is actually the thing that it's seeing. This is just what's being output. So I think it's being serialized afterward, but the SSML node should exist in there. It doesn't seem like it does. Weird. What was the word SSML? That's the output. Skill request message. This is what I would expect it to be. Skill response. Yeah, this is actually what I should be looking at. So one moment. Come on. Let me take you guys on a quick journey here, and we'll talk about why this is failing, because I don't have a good grasp on it yet, but I have this response interceptor. And so what I'm doing is I'm getting the response, right? So this is the response that I'm about to send back. This is before it's been sent back. And what I'm doing is saying, I want to change the speak value to instead be the response.outputSpeech.ssml node. And what it's telling me is somehow that's undefined. What I don't understand is how that's possible. Because it should exist. What we need to do here is write this out. Like, let's see if we can, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Even if that's all I get done today, we're going to get to the bottom of this because it's really, really making me mad. This shouldn't be happening. So we get our response, and then I'm just going to do console.log response. This is one of those errors that I can't even really duplicate sometimes. I can't reproduce it effectively. We're going to try and ask that same question. Let's go see which one that was. Question. Find grapevine. This is question number 285. Okay. So we should be able to come into here and say, give me number 285.
The answer to your calculation is 285.
No.
Welcome to TKO Trivia. What should we do next?
Give me number 285.
From the music category. What 1968 Marvin Gaye song enjoyed a second wave of success in 1986, when it was used in a commercial for California Raisins?
So I said grapevine. And it worked just fine.
Kaboom! You got that one right. I Heard It Through the Grapevine was the correct answer.
What? How am I supposed to track an error down?
You just unlocked 2
if it's
achievements.
Inconsistent?
You completed your first question. You answered your first question correctly. I picked a tricky politics question this time. How many US presidents have been assassinated?
There was a
best.
problem communicating with the requested skill.
There we go. We got it. So now let's go see why. Output speech.ssml already thinks it's broken. So we need to back up. I see SSML right there, but this is the previous question. So we're hitting this weird thing where there's a different error happening. There's a different error happening, and I think I'm starting to narrow down what it might be. Because we're getting an error based on the answer. So this is the request that I sent back, right? So I have all of that stuff, and then our skill is breaking. I was wondering if maybe I was sending a weird answer back. The problem is this isn't really the error. The error is happening somewhere else. Is it line 21? I don't think so. It appears to be line 19. We do need to check the chat. So let's do that. Let's do that. We're gonna let's see how we can easily do this. Microphone. No. I do this easily, where I can make a quick audio recording without shutting down all the other audio software that I'm using. All right, we'll get this. I need check. I don't know if this. What a terrible interface. Give me something, anything. Jeff, check the chat. Jeff, check the chat. All right, let's trim that down. Give me Jeff, check the chat. Jeff, check the chat. There we go. So we're going to save that. Is save a copy. Now, how do I open the file location? There we go. So we want this one. Check the chat. Hopefully the chatbot will be able to use this. We'll see. Down here to the chatbot audio. check the chat, and then in the chat bot, we can add new sound files. Check the chat. Pick. I had a feeling you were going to do that. All right. Audacity. We have this other tool that I just got. Use that one. So many things open. This. So let's open a file. File, export, MPEG layer 3. Great, great, great. Okay. Where did... Save as, checked it. I already did it. All right, cool. So let's come back to the chatbot, pick our file. Jeff, check the chat. There we go. And all right, I think that'll do it. So now we have one called check the chat, and we should be able to, in the chat, say like that. Jeff, check the chat. Yes. Okay. We'll get this. Look at this. We just created a recording, added it to a chatbot, made it a command. Technology's amazing. I'm quite impressed by how easy some things are. I'm also reminded quite often how hard things can be. As it is it properly matched on the reprompt? I think so, but I don't think it's the reprompt. I'm just trying to replace those two and get them out of there. Because in order for me to wrap the voice, I need the speak tags to be gone. The problem it's having, it's not the replace. It is very much cannot read property SSML of undefined. So it somehow thinks that this SSML node does not exist. And I don't know why. What if we slap a little await on here? It hurt us, right? Well, there isn't any Airtable-y stuff in here, select. I'm with you, though. If this was an Airtable-related issue, you would totally be on the right path. But what if I tell it to get this response as an await, which means we're absolutely not going to go to this line until we have this filled in, although it's been there every time. And then let's do this. Output speech that. We'll do a response.reprompt.output speech. Reprompt speech. Yeah, the problem is I'm not doing any logging other than what you see right here because this is all running locally, AJ. So I have to find it here. Console.log. Oh, speech. Okay, so I don't think we need this big one. But we have response.output speech and response.reprompt.output speech before we ever do anything else. Let's give that a go. We broke something again. Okay. How about that? Still no. Okay, good. All right, let's go back to give me a start my game.
Welcome to TK.
Give me a business question.
This business world question should be challenging. In what industry did the Vanderbilt family make its fortune?
Vanderbilt, they Vanderbilts were real estate?
Okay. What is your answer?
Designer jeans, Oxygen Box says. I don't think it's designer jeans. Vanderbilts were like, I think it's railroads. Yeah, railroads.
Oh dear. That answer is not correct. The answer was railroads. What should we do this time?
That's fine that we got it wrong. Let's just do another one, design.
This is a fun design question for you. According to an advertising slide. Alrighty. You got that one right.
And now we're not going to run into
The
any
answer
errors
to
at
that
all.
question was
That's how
GIF.
this is going to go today.
You can say something like, give me a science question, or you can start today's game. What will it be?
Give me an art question.
This is an excellent art and stage question. What musical, currently running at the Majestic Theatre, opened in January of 1988, and holds the record for Broadway's longest-running musical?
This is Phantom, I think.
Bingo. You got that one
I
right.
wonder if we solved it with the
The
array.
answer was The
Maybe
Phantom
that
of
was
the
issue.
Opera.
Somebody had said maybe
As of
it's
2015,
not
it
getting
has
the
had more than
response fast
11,000
enough.
performances. What should we do next?
Geography question, please. Oxygen Box, the answer was GIF,
This
not
geography
GIF.
question should be challenging.
Where in the world is?
What city built the first operating subway system?
Does anyone know this? I think it's London.
Woo! You got that one right. The answer was London. You just completed an achievement. You completed your 5th trivia question. What should we do next?
Guys, did we fix it? Was it really just that the response wasn't coming back fast enough? This is crazy to me. So AJ Wool thought it might be Rent. It's not Rent. Chris thought it was Cats. It's not Cats. It was Phantom of the Opera. I'm seeing your comments a little late. I don't know if it's a delay for me or a delay for you. Yeah, I use a little snippet of the Carmen Sandiego theme song for my intro to geography. I thought that was fun. Until somebody tells me I can't. Film question. We're not able to reproduce this error now, which is good.
I hope you like this one about film. What actress co-starred in The Princess Bride, Forrest Gump and the television series House of Cards.
This is Robin Wright.
We. You got that one right. The answer was Robin Wright. You just unlocked 2 achievements. You got your 5th correct answer. You completed your 5th achievement. What should we do this time?
A clever response that I could do for these questions, like, you got that one right? Because the answer is Robin Wright. Like, that would be fun to have a custom confirmation for everyone. But, man, that's a lot of writing. A lot of writing. I'm feeling pretty good about this bug now. I think that might have been the issue. It's just that in our response interceptor, we're now awaiting this function. That seems to have solved it. So we're going to leave all of this here. We'll just comment it out. And hopefully that was our issue. But we're going to continue playing and working on the skill, but I feel like that was a big one. Another thing that I had turned off, and I want to go back and get this while I'm here, is the repeat intent. So in our response interceptor, we used to be adding we have previous speak right here. So we have previous speak, and then in the repeat intent, we grab the previous speak and the previous reprompt. So repeat should work. I guess there was a time I thought I turned that off, but if I say repeat that,
You got that one right. The answer was Robin Wright.
okay. So we have our repeat intent working. That was something
You
else
just
that I thought we had
unlocked
turned
2
off.
achievements. You got your 5th correct answer. You completed your 5th achievement. What should we do this time?
All right. So let's look at our list. What else stands out to me as something we should be done? Repeat intent should be aware the user was asked a question and then force them to answer immediately or fail. Oh, okay. So we could do that. All right, let's think about that logic. So we have this repeat intent and a snarky bool field, and if snarky bool equals 1, then do a funny response. Yeah, it's not about the logic, AJ, it's about the content. I would have to write all those snarky responses, which I don't have the capacity for right now. So as long as I can get the game into people's hands and let them start playing, if we see that this is popular or fun or people enjoy playing this game, then yeah, of course we'll double down on investing in time. But just to get this into people's hands, I hate to build too much gold plating around a skill before I know if people actually like it. So what I want to do in here is verify, because I would think in this response right here, we hit a repeat intent. And so when this came through, did I have the question still? I probably don't. Doesn't look like I do. Yeah, I'm ripping that out. So let's think about that. On the repeat intent, we're going to have an if statement that's something like, goodness. I'll type for a couple days, I'm a mess. This is basically, if they have a current question, make them answer don't repeat it. Okay, so we're good so far. We just have to think about what that logic actually looks like. So we have our session attributes. So this is going to be like session attributes current. Let's take a look at what that actually looks like. That's the response. I want this one. So we have like a current question. If such an attribute's that current question, then we want to change our response. Yep, AJ. So for those of you that can't see AJ, he's on LinkedIn watching this right now. But he said he built something like this, where basically he built the thing for a client, and he's like, "What happens if I have a promo that day? And let's just add a field for later. And if there's an MP3 file in the promo field, that'll automatically get added into the response." So yeah, I'm totally with you. We actually have a couple of things inside the skill that do stuff like that. I just don't have. I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it as an issue to take a look at, but it's not something I'm going to be able to build today, I think. So Sparky responses for clever answers. As an example, a play on words. The question about Robin. Right. Now you're right. Okay. Glad that is a new issue. Take care, Chris. If anybody else has ideas or thoughts about things that should be in this skill too, this is a public GitHub repo. You are all welcome to come in and add issues. It doesn't mean that I'll take them on, but you're all welcome to add this. If you can figure that out, go ahead. That'd be very cool. Select, have at it. All right. So coming back to this, if there is a current question, we need something like let speak output. We'll call this reprompt. Okay. Down here we can say speak. Speak output. This. And reprompt output. This. And then up here, these are going to be different. It's going to be like, womp womp, I'm not doing that for you. These need to be some kind of new content. Probably something in here that's like no repeat. NUS. Okay, so this is going to be like, let's go Alexa sound effect library. Find like a sad trombone or something. Womp womp. I don't know what the sound I want yet is, but we'll find it. Sad. No. Womp. No. Oh. Okay, big. Alarms. You got to give me something here. Background. Bell, ships, camera, clocks. I don't really think I want. really that, right? It's maybe that. Because what I'm trying to do is say, oh, you're in the middle of a question. I can't let you repeat that. So let's just take that. We'll use that for now, and we can always change it. So that's going to go into our speech content. So we're going to do like, and then after that, we're going to say, sorry, you can't ask me to repeat the question. I only say them once. Something like that. All right, you can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once. What is your answer? Actually, we have a bank of those. No. Answer prompt. Well, we could have more of those for sure. What is your answer? What other ways could we say this? Answer prompt. Yes. What do you think the answer is? Okay, that's a couple. That's good for now. So we have speak output. These are going to be data, where data, fingers don't work today. And we did this earlier. Line like this. Intent is going to be this. This is going to be no repeat. This one is going to be what we call that. Answer prompt. No repeat needs to be created in our data. Okay. I think we're on our way. Broke it again. Repeat intent. Wait to async. What? Oh, because I did this in the wrong place. Okay. Wrong this time. Okay. Almost there. Skill is running. We have to get ourselves a question to be asked. So give me a politics question.
This politics question should be challenging. Name the only US president whose last name ended with a G.
So if I say repeat that.
This politics question should be challenging. Name the only US president whose last name ended with a G.
Okay.
What is your answer?
So I have previous speak, current question ID, current question instance ID, current question. And those are all independent, like stand on their own. If we do a big search for session attributes dot current question. It's something I do all over the place. Session attributes. The current question is what I'm looking for. So in my repeat intent, I'm saying if there is a current question, which is how this should work, at least see that current question show up when we say repeat. We should now be able to say repeat that.
This politics question should be challenging.
Current question equals undefined. Why?
Name the only US president whose last name ended with a G.
I know why. Because is it in the
What is your answer?
because we're clearing it out if they don't come in and hit the answer intent. So I don't think repeat should bounce them. That would actually make me angry if that happened. I can tell them they're not going to get the answer. If handler input doesn't equal intent request, or the request name doesn't equal answer intent, this needs to be repeat. And one of those. So this is good. I'm glad I have this logic here. So we need a new question. Let's get a religion question, maybe.
This tradition and beliefs question should be challenging. What Mormon leader fathered 57 children with 16 of his 27 wives?
Wow. Let's do a repeat.
This tradition and beliefs question should be challenging.
Huh.
What
AJ,
Mormon
it
leader
appears the
fathered
error was
57
fixed,
children with
fixing.
16 of his 27 wives?
So now let's see.
What is your answer?
We're still getting this cleared out. It is Amazon.repeat intent, right? If I Amazon.repeat intent right here. There's my name. Oh no, this isn't going to work. This needs to be equals. So if it's not an intent request, then blow it up. And if it equals answer intent or it equals repeat intent, then that would be a positive. So I think you could slap a exclamation point right here. Oh, no, I'm doing it. This logic is broken in my head. Okay. Doesn't equal repeat intent, and it doesn't equal intent. This should get us to the place we want to be, I think. Finally, design.
Here's one from the design category. What I call. Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once.
Nice. So we missed a piece, which is answer prompt. Why didn't we get that? Why didn't that show up? I see. Because can't type today. My goodness. Prompt output. Okay. That should get me my question also. Let's go do that one more time. Because I do want that as the reprompt. Miscellaneous question. Do you not like my keyboard stream for charities? I like this
I hope
keyboard.
you like this one about miscellaneous. In which sport does the lowest score win?
Right, the answer to that is clearly golf. But we want to say repeat that.
Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once. What do you think the answer is?
I love this. So now I can say golf. It should still work.
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
Interesting. Interesting. Cannot read property SSML undefined. This is back to the same thing. That's basically it, Stream for Charities. If you are in the middle of being asked a question, you can't stall and be like, "Oh, can you repeat that?" while you're looking it up on your phone or whatever. I mean, I guess technically you could still stall just by having it do this over and over, but I'm hoping people won't do that. So I thought we solved this issue. Why would we get an error there? Cannot read property SSML of undefined. This is just so perplexing to me, this unrepeatable error. I thought we were past it. I thought we did it.
This is TKO Trivia. A trivia game with
What are we doing? Oh, come on. I don't want to fight with you here. Fine, fine, fine. Restart the service, restart the browser, open the game.
This is TKO Trivia. What should we do next?
Let's do a United States question.
This is an excellent United States question. Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once. What is your answer?
Veterans of Foreign Wars is usually defined as an organization of United States war veterans.
It seems to think that it's quitting the skill. Very strange. It's so weird. So weird. What else can I do here? An exception occurred while dispatching the request to the skill. Don't understand.
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
Now we're completely broken. Getting angry. It's time for Jeff to get angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
This is TKO Trivia. If you thought Jeopardy was challenging, you're in for a treat.
Sports, please.
I picked a tricky sports and games question this time. Tennis player Rafael Nadal is known as the king of what type of tennis playing surface?
So if I say repeat, that part works fine.
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
Worked fine once. Can I get this to happen on the device? I wonder if I'm just being too rapid. Like, I wonder if this is just a result of me trying to go too fast. Something you can't really do with your voice. Alexa, open Jeff's trivia game.
Welcome to TKO Trivia, the trivia game show where you answer difficult questions and win nothing. What would you like to do now? You can start today's game, or ask for a trivia question.
Give me a science question.
I hope you like this one about science. When Gabriel Fahrenheit invented the thermometer in 1714, what chemical element did he use to tell the temperature?
Alexa, repeat that.
Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once. What do you think the answer is?
Repeat that.
Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question.
Alexa,
I only...
Mercury.
Oh snap. You got that one right. Mercury was the correct answer. What would you like to do now?
Give me a random question.
This literature question should be challenging. What John Steinbeck novel is named after a line in the Battle Hymn of the Republic?
I only know one John Steinbeck novel. Alexa, Grapes of Wrath?
Well done. You got that one right. The answer was the Grapes of Wrath. What should we do next?
Give me a random question. I feel like this is maybe just a debugger issue.
Uh-oh, we don't have a specific category for a random question. I feel like this is maybe just the debugger issue. What would you like to do now?
Give me a random question.
Here's one from the geography category.
Where in the world is?
What desert in China and Mongolia covers 500,000 square miles?
Alexa, Gobi.
Cha-ching. You got that one right. Gobi Desert was the correct answer.
Alexa,
What would you...
give me a random question.
This history question should be challenging. What university did Thomas Jefferson found in 1819?
Alexa, repeat that.
Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once. What is your answer?
Repeat that.
Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once. What is your answer?
Stop.
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. So we did get an error. And this one ends on line 21 of the response interceptor. And that's because there is no output speech when we say stop. We're going to solve this the brute force way. If it exists, do the thing. Stop does not have a reprompt. It's an exit. So in my stop intent, you can see that I don't have a reprompt at all. I could send one. I just don't. And so that I understand why this part is breaking. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to say if this here and if then this piece will go here. Well, we've gone around and around a little bit, Zella, fixing some things and then making other things work. And let's see now how we do.
Welcome to TKO Trivia. Here's one from the business world category. What automaker owns luxury brands Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Audi, Ducati, and Porsche?
This is Volkswagen?
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
We're still blowing up. Even more so now. So did I blow that up? I don't think so. I don't think I have to return anything here. I have a return statement I don't remember. No, I don't think so. Interceptor, right. So I'm just modifying this on its way out. But what I don't know is why this is blowing up again. Not how I wanted to spend my day. I mean, this is good to get to the bottom of this bug that's been plaguing me for months, but not really what I wanted to do today.
Welcome to TKO Trivia. From the business world category. When a company issues stock for the first time, it usually holds an IPO when it becomes a listed and traded company. What does IPO stand for? Sorry. You can't ask me to repeat a question. I only say them once. Okay. What is your answer? Hip hip hooray. You got that one right. The answer to that question was initial public offering. I picked a tricky film question this time.
There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
Okay, I did that again for the stop. And it broke. Why is it breaking? Cannot read output speech of undefined. Interesting. Because it doesn't exist. No, it does exist. If I look at this, I'm logging out response.output speech. And right here, response, output speech, SSML. But this is the error afterward. This isn't the one I want. What I want, why? I feel like the debugger is hiding something from me. Response.reprompt.output speech. That's what I have. This one. Oh, wait, maybe it's just this. Maybe it's that I'm doing that. There have actually been bugger statements that were the issue. Let's try that again. Open the game. Right.
This is TKO
I think
Trivia.
that might be the issue.
If you thought Jeopardy was
Design. I gotta go soon. We got office hours today. I gotta run over there in a minute and do that. We're just not. Ugh. Come on.
welcome to Calculator.
That was a good one. Calculator. All right, so maybe, I don't know. I'm not marking it as closed, but maybe we've gotten this.
I'm not sure.
Sorry, what was that? Could you repeat that?
Welcome to TKO Trivia. Here's one from the TV and radio category. In what TV show did the characters spend season 4 searching for a place called Terminus?
For help, please visit the help pages on the Amazon website.
I don't understand why it sometimes just quits my skin. Oh, this is so frustrating. All right, well, I'm gonna have to call it a day because I'm definitely in the weeds on this, and I'm not having the success that I'd like. I just don't like. How does this happen? It asks me a question. I say help, and somehow it thinks I'm out of the skill. I don't know. I just don't get it.
Welcome to TKO Trivia. This science question should be challenging. What is the name of the process by which sugar turns into alcohol? Here's some things you can try saying. Give me a random question. Start a new game. What are the categories? Get the subscription. What would you like to do? Next time, bring more cookies.
Okay. Well, we're as close to working as we can get. I think when you guys start beta testing this, once we get some of you folks in and actually using this skill, I think we'll see better luck on understanding what's going on and what's going wrong, because I'll have it in CloudWatch. We'll be logging all the errors. We'll be doing a bunch of fun stuff there. So I'm going to stop for today because I need to cool my mind, have some lunch before we get back into it with the office hours. So let's go see what Code It Live is doing today. Let's go visit them and say, hey, I'm going to start a raid. And for those of you that are here on Twitch, I'm going to send you over to Code It Live, and we'll see what they're working on today. Make sure you drop in, say hey, wave in the chat, make some noise, let them know I'm there, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.